Kele, it's good to see you again.
Yes, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
No worries.
You were just saying, did you see Scooter? You missed out, right?
No, I didn't. I didn't miss out. I was just curious because I saw their name on a lineup, and I didn't. I thought this was like a hard rock festival. So unless I'm missing something, I wasn't sure what they were doing. But I asked you if you enjoyed the performance, and you said it was the best thing you'd seen all weekend.
It was the best, the whole weekend, except for Rammstein, of course. They had a bit more fire,
Yeah, but they're quite similar, Scooter and Rammstein.
Kinda, almost. The hairdos maybe.
It's very fun. Both are very fun music.
That's right. You're still touring Hymns, the last album from January. So with still a pretty new lineup, kind of.
Yeah, it doesn't feel so new to me anymore. It feels quite. I don't know. I was talking about this a few days ago. It doesn't really feel new at all. It feels like we've been doing this for 100 years. Obviously we haven't, but I don't know. Yeah, we're at the kind of point, I guess, in the touring cycle where everything feels like like we're not having to think about anything. It's very natural now. So.
Was it a hard breakup with the two guys that left? Or?
It was a hard breakup. I don't think any breakups aren't hard, are they?
That's right.
But there was no. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't so fun, but I think we're all happier now. We're out on the other side, so that's what counts.
Where did you find the other two?
Justin, the bass player, I'd known for a few years, as I was a big fan of the band that he was in, Phenomena. Then they toured with us 2 years later in 2009, and we stayed in touch. So yeah, and I also thought he was a great bass player. I also thought he was awesome. Louise, we met last year. I just saw her playing drums on YouTube, and I thought that she had a great feel, and I was curious about getting in a room with her. So
you saw her on YouTube, which is funny.
Yes, it's one of my favourite pastimes is trawling YouTube for like young musical talent. So she was a real find.
You're doing this since 1998, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, kind of. Although we haven't really been we weren't really a functional band until 2003. So yeah, but I've known Russell since '98. Yeah.
What have you learned within this time which is not true about being in a rock band?
It's not true.
Yes.
What have I learned that's not true about being in a rock band? That's not true. I mean, I don't know if I had many preconceptions about being in a rock band when we started. I really got into it because I liked the idea of making music, so I wasn't really thinking so much about the lifestyle. I mean, I will say that it's a lot of waiting around. As you can see, people are just waiting around behind us. So which is fine. It means you can do what you want. I've spent the last hour just sitting by the lake there, just sunbathing, and it's nice to be able to be quite lazy and be paid for it.
That's true.
Yes.
And that's some reason I think people are still into this business, because you don't really ever have to grow up all the way.
Yeah, for sure. It turns you into a teenager, and it keeps you there, which is fun, which can be fun. But I think there's at some point where you have to grow up as a human being. So I don't know. I can see why people enjoy this lifestyle, but I can also see why they want to change.
What's your lifestyle outside the band? What do you do?
What do I do? I don't really do much. What do I do outside the band? I see my friends. I see my family. I watch a lot of movies. I like to go dancing. I like to laugh. I like to eat a lot. I like to go to the gym. I like to meditate. I have a dog. She takes up a lot of my time.
What kind of dog?
It's a British bulldog.
Nice.
Her name's Olive, and she's quite. She takes up a lot of time. But yeah, I have a very simple life, really. I enjoy the fact that when all this is over, I can go home and do nothing and just watch trashy TV. That's my favourite thing to do, actually.
What kind of stuff would you watch on TV?
Oh my God! At the moment there's a at the moment there's a show on. At the moment there's a reality television show called Big Brother, which I guess you have here.
Of course.
The Celebrity Edition.
Worse than I thought, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I love those shows only because it's just so nice to hear what people are saying about each other behind each other's back. I really like that. And there's also a show called Wentworth Prison, which is. Did you ever have a show called Prisoner Cell Block H?
I think so.
It was an Australian drama set in a. It was this cult Australian drama in the 80s, I think, set in the 80s or the 90s, set in Australia in a women's prison, and they've remade it, and now they call it Wentworth, and that's my favourite thing actually on television at the moment, just because it's so trashy. It's just every episode they really have to raise the bar and showing us something grotesque, and it's just like a soap opera, really, a really bad soap opera. But that's what I'm obsessed with at the moment.
Could you imagine like sort of adopting or having a child at some point?
I mean, I can't really talk about that right now. Actually,
Right.
Sorry.
Well, all right. Well, it seems like you're not completely, you don't like the idea at all.
No, it isn't. It isn't that I don't like the idea. It isn't that I don't like the idea at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite. But I don't know.
I don't have any insights, so.
Well, I think we should maybe change the subject.
We talked about, like last time we met a couple of years ago. We were talking about book stuff that you were working on.
Yeah.
Is that still going? Because I was watching out for it. And
No, it kind of no. When we started making the last album that we did, I kind of put a lot of that stuff on the back burner because I had to really be focused on the record. And I don't know. I mean, it's in the background. I think I kind of got cold feet about the idea of a collection of short stories as opposed to like a novel. And I think that's what when I write something properly, I think it has to be a novel. It has to have a focus. But it's time, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm working on at the moment I'm working on a script actually with a friend of mine.
For a movie?
For a television.
Hopefully nothing trashy reality style.
No, it's not trashy. It's not trashy, but you know, hopefully one day. Hopefully one day.
Bigger Brother.
Yeah, Bigger Brother. That's a good title.
You still enjoy doing this here?
Do I still enjoy it? Yeah. Do I still enjoy? Yeah. Do I still enjoy this? Do I still enjoy this? Yes, I enjoy it. I enjoy making music, and I enjoy performing. It's like awesome. Festivals are awesome because you get to play in front of so many people, and you really feel the energy. And when it works well, it's a very seductive feeling. And yeah, I for sure I still enjoy it. There are aspects of this life that I don't really enjoy, like the traveling. I think I'm at the point now where I don't know. I think I'm at the point where I think I've seen as many hotel rooms as I need to see, and tour buses. But I enjoy making music. I enjoy pulling stuff out of the air and writing music with people that I like. So yeah, I still enjoy it. I don't know. Yeah, I still enjoy it for sure.
Well, what is the creative process when you write stuff? Because after so many albums, after so many songs that you've written, I think I would get writer's block at some point.
I think the trick with that is to try and vary the process, so you're not just repeating yourself. I think that, you know, we're usually with every record that we've made, you know, it's a period of months in the studio and kind of working, and you don't really know where you're going, and you have these intentions at the start of the process that kind of change throughout. But usually with every record that we've made, the last thing we do will be a signpost of where we're going to go next as a band. And I think with that way of working, it always feels new. You know, it always feels like you're having to fight and having to, you know, it's not like you're just coasting. That's fun. You know, it's the part that I enjoy the most. Really, is the writing of the music and the recording. I enjoy performing, but essentially it's like theatre. Really, you're just singing the same songs, and it's there's nothing really spontaneous. You know, there's very little that's spontaneous about it. you know, I know that Russell really enjoys performing live, but I could happily be locked in a studio just with me. Yeah, for sure. And I think someday that would be nice.
Well, it's great to meet you every time. I love meeting you, talking to you. And if you ever do this thing, adopt a child, let me know.
Oh, wow.
And let's talk about it, because it's fantastic. And because I got a kid, 7-year-old, fantastic. I can tell you that.
Okay, well, you saw it here first, kids. You saw it here first. Okay.
Kele, thank you.